Welcome to this exclusive report for Independent.ie as we join the crew of the Irish naval warship L.E. George Bernard Shaw as it conducts a maritime defence and security operation. Now, at the moment, we're just leaving the southwest coast of Ireland and we're headed into the Atlantic for a week-long patrol of the area used by international drug traffickers, the likes of the Kinahan cartel, as they transport cocaine from South America to Western Europe.
You've joined us on what is a routine maritime defence and security operation. This is part of our day-to-day business where we patrol the Irish EEZ and beyond, outside the Irish EEZ as required. This is the main route from the United States into Europe, into Northwest Europe. And consequently, it's also the main route for illegal cargoes, such as narcotics. So in the last few hours, the ship has been tasked now on behalf of MEAC-N and our partners in the Joint Task Force on Garda Síochána and the Customs Revenue Service to carry out an operation outside of the Irish EEZ in the southwest approaches. The requirement for this particular operation is for us to maintain a covert presence. We're now working up to the highest state of readiness that the ship comes to. So for that, we've proven our weapons. We've proven all our systems on board. Made sure our boats are working correctly, all machinery is working correctly. The platform is, as we term it, fit to fight. We have now completed the first phase, which is intercept. We have now intercepted the vessel. We are monitoring the vessel, we are surveilling the vessel.
Okay, just to give you a perspective of where we are exactly right now in this drug interdiction operation being conducted by the crew of the George Bernard Shaw. Ireland is back that way over 250 miles. Behind me is France, and that's about 240 miles away, and further to the south, about 260, 280 miles, is the coast of Spain. Now, the vessel of interest, the suspect ship that the George Bernard Shaw has been tasked with shadowing, is just across the horizon, about 20 miles to our south, and it is heading towards UK territorial waters.
The next phase, if required, will be the boarding phase. And the boarding phase will involve an armed team in high-speed ribs, and they will go covertly to maintain the element of surprise, get on board very quickly, secure the crew, secure the bridge, and secure the vessel. So once the vessel is secured, we can then go into the next phase, which will be the search or a rummage. And there will be an initial rummage at sea to determine if indeed there is an illegal cargo on board. Then we're into what we call the diversion phase. And that means that we'll have to put on board a prize crew. There may be prisoners involved. They may have carried out a criminal act.
Since we last spoke, the scenario has changed. Will you bring us up to date with what's happening?
So a decision has been made back in the Naval Operations Centre that now there's a requirement that we need to determine what flag this vessel is flying.
That's because we're in international waters, is it?
We are in international waters now. We're over 300 miles from Cork right now. So this necessitates me to send a surveillance team to the vessel under the cover of darkness, maintaining a covert posture. We are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean here. We are out in the high seas. If something goes wrong here, there's very few people I can call. It's a time where we need absolute focus.
It's about 12 o'clock at night here now. It looks like the operation has been a success. Can you tell us what's happened?
They obtained image intelligence on the vessel, and both boats have now been recovered and are on board. We have the image intelligence and we're passing that back now to Naval Operations This intelligence that we've gathered now will determine how this particular operation proceeds. However, the indications are that this particular vessel will be passed to other partners in Mayock for control.
So this was very much a quintessentially successful operation.
Yes, from my point of view, it's everyone is back, safe and sound. They're back on board. We've achieved our objective.
This is going on all the time, so it's very likely you're continuing on your patrol now that we leave you, and you're going for another couple of weeks.
Well, Paul, in fact, the next job, if you like, has already come in. The Naval Service maintain a presence in our area of operations 24/7, 365. And yeah, once you disembark later on, we'll proceed to our next tasking on this patrol.
Now, the Irish Air Corps play a pivotal role in supporting the Irish Navy in its anti-drug trafficking operations in the Atlantic. Behind me is a CASA 235 maritime patrol aircraft, and it's just about to take off on yet another anti-drug smuggling operation.
The role of the Air Corps is aerial surveillance. That is our bread and butter. And what you see behind me are two maritime patrol aircraft. They're two CN-235 Airbus military aircraft. We have on board the aircraft, you'll see underneath the bottom of the fuselage, a large black radome. Essentially, we have an onboard radar system. Whatever is on the surface of the sea, we can see that.
One of the frustrating things, I think, for the Defence Forces would be, for example, that the Navy operate over the horizon. You guys, very similarly, the public don't get to see you, they don't get to know what you're doing, but you guys are very busy here.
As you can see, behind me we've the two aircraft sitting on the ramp. They're not actually doing two similar jobs, they're two completely different missions today. One is doing a maritime defence and security operations, and the second aircraft is actually doing an air ambulance off island. So that is the versatility and variety of the aircraft that we have.
Now, this was an exercise for the crew of the George Bernard Shaw to help them hone their skills for the kind of operations that the Irish Navy are regularly deployed to carry out in the treacherous, hostile environment of the Atlantic Ocean. The men and women of the Navy and Air Corps are the nation's sentinels as they patrol against narcotics traffickers, illegal fishing, and the protection of our vast oceanic resources. It is a constant commitment, 24/7, 365. It is in keeping with the spirit of the Defence Forces value system. Moral and physical courage, respect, integrity, loyalty, and selflessness. To quote the Defence Forces Chief of Staff, Vice Admiral Mark Mellett, they're very much helping strengthen the nation by inspiring pride.